Reachers Alan Ritchson and Kevin James are on a playdate in first set images. Alan Ritchson and Kevin James are at the movies in the first on-set images from their upcoming film Playdate. In the images from the action comedy, which is being shot in Maple Ridge, British Columbia, the duo is outside a Cineplex Odeon movie theater with a sign that proclaims it to be the kiddest place on earth, which may be the site of the titular Playdate. The shots were taken by Twitter user Chef. An action comedy inspired by Midnight Run, Playdate will star James as Brian, a newly unemployed man who finds himself a stay-at-home dad to his 10-year-old son. Looking to get out of the house, he accepts an invitation to a playdate from another father, Jeff Ritchson, who turns out to be a reckless loose cannon. The two men and their son soon find themselves embroiled in a deadly conspiracy and fleeing for their lives. Luke Greenfield, the girl next door, Let's Be Cops, will direct. The script is by Neil Goldman, Scrubs, Shrinking. Ritchson, the towering star of Prime Video's hit action series Reacher, is slated to star in 2 movies this year: Guy Ritchie's Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare and the faith-based drama Ordinary Angels alongside Hilary Swank, which premiered in theaters last month. The 3rd season of Reacher was shot earlier this year as well. Ritchson has 2 other movies in the pipeline. He will star in the Amazon holiday action comedy The Man with the Bag with action star emeritus Arnold Schwarzenegger, and in the Netflix sci-fi actioner War Machine. He is also set to reprise his role as the treacherous Ames in the upcoming 11th installment of the Fast and Furious franchise. Comedian and sitcom star James' next stand-up special, Irregardless, is set for release later this year. He is also set to star in the action comedy Guns Up alongside Christina Ricci and Luis Guzman. Playdate is produced by Greenfield's Wide Awake Pictures, Mark Fasano of Nickel City Pictures, Jeffrey Greenstein of A Higher Standard, Jason Benoit, and Sean Patrick O'Reilly. Executive producers are James Ritchson, Jeff Sussman, Goldman, Dan Spilo of Industry Entertainment, Matthew Alex Goldberg of Nickel City, Michelle Myers of Arcana Studios, Josh Harris, and Ford Corbett and Nathan Klinger of Gramercy Park Media. Playdate is currently filming and has not yet set a release date. Stay tuned to Collider for future updates. Fans of action and comedy have something truly special to look forward to as Alan Ritchson, star of Reacher, and Kevin James, the beloved comedic actor from King of Queens, team up for what promises to be a hilarious new project. First set images have emerged, teasing an unlikely yet intriguing partnership between these two actors, sparking curiosity and excitement across social media. While the project's title and full plot remain under wraps, the idea of these 2 very different actors coming together has already sent ripples of anticipation through the fan communities of both stars. From the looks of these images, it seems that Ritchson and James are stepping into a buddy comedy action role, the kind of mismatched partnership that has delivered gold in the past. Think Lethal Weapon meets 21 Jump Street, where the chemistry between the leads can make or break the story. But let's break down what we know so far and why this duo could be the next big hit. The yin and yang of comedy and action, Alan Ritchson, with his rugged, chiseled looks and towering physical presence, has carved a niche for himself in Hollywood as a dependable action star. Most notably, he brought the character of Jack Reacher to life in Amazon Prime's Reacher, following in the footsteps of Tom Cruise, but in a way that many fans of the books argue feels more true to the character. Ritchson's portrayal of the larger-than-life vigilante was a perfect combination of brute force and sharp intelligence, traits that have cemented his reputation in the action genre. But anyone who followed his earlier career knows that Ritchson also has a knack for comedy, having appeared in roles that required a mix of muscle and humor, such as in Blue Mountain State. On the other hand, Kevin James is a comedy powerhouse, known for his roles in family-friendly films and TV shows. From Paul Blart, Mall Cop to Grown Ups, James has a unique brand of humor, often blending physical comedy with a relatable everyman charm. His ability to make audiences laugh while also adding depth to his characters has made him a staple in the world of comedy. However, we've also seen glimpses of James trying his hand at action, albeit in a lighthearted and comedic context. At first glance, Ritchson and James might seem like an odd pairing, but it's precisely this contrast that has the potential to create something memorable. In the set images, we see them engaged in a variety of scenes from high-octane action sequences to what looks like quieter, more humorous moments. Ritchson appears every bit the serious, capable tough guy, while James, true to form, is likely delivering the laughs with his fish-out-of-water expressions and comic timing. What the set images reveal, the set photos provide a tantalizing glimpse of the film's tone and style. In one image, Alan Ritchson is seen decked out in full tactical gear, looking every bit like the unstoppable action hero we know from Reacher. He's caught mid-action, seemingly in the middle of a firefight or a high-stakes chase. Standing beside him, with a markedly different look, is Kevin James. James, dressed far more casually, likely in some form of civilian attire, appears wide-eyed and almost overwhelmed, but with a grin that hints he's more excited than afraid. The contrast between the two characters is palpable and exactly what one would expect from a buddy cop or action comedy dynamic. In another image, we see the two sharing a quiet moment in what looks like a suburban setting, perhaps taking a breather after a chaotic action scene. Ritchson's character, intense and serious, seems to be explaining something to James's more laid-back, possibly reluctant companion. This contrast in tone between heavy action and comedic relief is a hallmark of the genre, and suggests that we'll see these two actors playing off each other's strengths throughout the film. One particularly striking image shows both actors in a kid's playground, yes, a literal playdate. Ritchson looks slightly out of place but focused, maybe scanning for enemies, while James is seen on a swing, laughing, clearly relishing the absurdity of the situation. If this scene is any indication, the film won't shy away from mixing the high-stakes world of action with comedic, almost ridiculous scenarios that could serve as a signature set piece. Potential plot and what fans are saying, though the plot details remain tightly guarded, fans are already speculating. Some theorize that the film could center around a reluctant partnership. Perhaps Ritchson's character is a tough-as-nails special agent or bodyguard, forced to team up with James' character, a civilian with no experience but tons of heart. Maybe it's a case of mistaken identity, or perhaps James' character is an unwitting witness to a crime and now finds himself needing protection. Whatever the scenario, the combination of Ritchson's physicality and James's comedic timing feels like the recipe for a hilarious, action-packed adventure. Fans have taken to social media to voice their excitement about the collaboration, with many expressing curiosity about how the two will play off each other. "I never knew I needed this team up until now," tweeted one user, while another commented, "This could be the buddy comedy of the decade. Alan's got the muscle, Kevin's got the laughs. What more could you want?" A promising pairing in the making. While it's still early days, and much of the movie's details remain shrouded in mystery, the first set images have already built considerable hype. The idea of Alan Ritchson and Kevin James, two actors with vastly different backgrounds, joining forces for what looks like an action comedy, is a refreshing and exciting prospect. If these early glimpses are anything to go by, the film promises to deliver plenty of laughs, adrenaline-pumping action, and a unique chemistry between its leads. In a world where so many films follow familiar formulas, this particular team-up feels like a breath of fresh air, combining star power with a fun, unconventional pairing that could deliver something truly special. Fans of both actors will no doubt be eagerly awaiting more details, and if the final product is anything like the images suggest, we're in for a wild, entertaining ride.